Georgia. And oh, did we just go live now? Maybe we've been having, sorry guys. This is Dr. Chris Walker from Augusta, Georgia. As you can tell, we've been having some technical difficulties. That's why we've been running a little bit late. Dr. Kathy is supposed to be here with me, but unfortunately, we can't see and hear each other. So, of course, what you do when you hit adversity, you find a different way of doing things, right? So Kathy's going to probably shoot me some texts, and I'm going to answer live to you guys. And today we're going to talk about retention and summer retention. First and foremost, I think we think after yesterday, I think we all have to take a moment and keep all those people in Texas and a couple weeks, all those people in Buffalo, and we pray that God watches over all of them. Definitely puts your life in perspective when you're having a crazy day like today and technical difficulties. That, you know what, sometimes the big stuff's not so big, right? So Kathy asked me to jump on today, and one of the first things she wanted to talk about was, her question to me was, what staff tips can you offer for your help offices keep scheduled and miss vacations and summer travel? I don't think you can specifically just get geared up for the summer. I think it's something it's part of your year-long process of retention. Like, you know, we all focus sometimes so much about getting people in the door, right? And that's important to get like new patients walking through the door. So you have more, more spines and more souls to save. But you have to be able to keep them, because you can be spending all this money on marketing and doing all this stuff, but if you're not actually retaining them and keeping them coming to your office, and better yet, not helping them get well and get them reconnected and get them clear, because they're not getting the message, then you've got a problem and you're wasting money. So you just got a big hole in the bucket. And the sad thing is most of us, and me included, I'm not perfect at this, I'm still trying to get better at it, is having a better retention rate. Because the last thing you want to do is bring in 20, 30, 40 new patients a month or more, and, at the end of the month, find out there's just, 3 or 4 stayed with you for a long haul. And I think we all want long-term patients, especially if, you're part of the GCC and you're listening to this, and this is where you vibe. We're subluxation based. We're principle based. We're making sure our goal is not just to get people better, but is to reconnect the brain and body the way that God designed it, and get their innate flowing so that they can heal from the inside out. So part of it is really about retention, and growing your practice is retention, and is making sure that you don't have holes in those buckets. As I said, it's something that I think it's constantly has to be worked on. You can't have it just for this. I mean, you got different things. We'll talk about that in a second, but it's something that's part of your daily procedures for your practice. So, for us, it starts day one with retention. After their report and they've got in and they've given options of how we can take care of them, whether I'm a structural guy. So, we're going to either correct them or we're going to, patch and maintain them. Or they have the other choice, is go down the street. But that's what we do. And we hope that the majority of them, we do get lucky that they stay with us in form and fashion. But our retention numbers could be a whole lot better. But it starts right from the beginning of making sure that you communicate what it takes. What everybody's, that's going to look different for everybody in every office, counting on how they practice. So I'm a full spine CVP kind of guy. So, what our protocol is to get somebody stabilized, and then, then they have a choice, is going to be different than somebody who's practicing upper cervical and doing pattern work. So, we start from the beginning and educating them right from the start of what they need to do, of how their first phase of care looks like. We don't keep it very complicated. We keep it very simple, stupid. Like, most people, unfortunately, are only educated to a 6th grade level. And that's not being mean. It's just, that's the statistics show us and the studies show. So we try to keep everything complicated. Not complicated, keep it simple. The first stage is going to be here, and this is what you're going to do. And then it's every day is about a little bit of table talk of, especially when they've missed a visit or two. Hey, Mrs. Smith, you know, I saw you've missed a couple of your visits. You know, how chiropractic works is time and repetition. We want to get you. I know you're starting to feel better, but just because you're feeling better doesn't mean you are stable where you need to be. Um, so that's a big part of it. Then we talk about the procedures and the girls in the office. Like, when someone checks out in our office, we make sure that they are being rescheduled. If they're not rescheduled, then there's a note in that person, or at least it's supposed to be, hey, my girls are not perfect. They're pretty amazing. Of why that person didn't schedule, because it might be that they are going out of town, or that they've got, a sick family member, whatever it happens to be. We make sure that a note is put in. So when we do pull a report 2 weeks later and they have not been in again, we know why. And then we can address, hey, how was your vacation? Time to get you back on track when the girls call. Or, hey, we're just calling to check on your mom. Last time you said she was having surgery, you're going to be out for a couple of visits. I think it's really about tracking information and having an amazing team. And having those procedures set up so they can be easy followed and repetitive. So that you can keep them engaged. And for us, we always tell our patients that we're going to care more about them, about their health till they fire us than they will. And, so that's why we do recall. And I know a lot of offices don't like to do recall. I mean, this is something that I learned at DE, 22 years ago as a student. And now in 18 years in practice, it's something I make sure that we preach to every one of our employees. And my girls really do a good job of it. So we print out reports. Luckily, our software allows us to do some really good, what we call recall reports. So we can know when somebody's been out, where they've been haven't been in 30, 60, 90 days. And then we have the girls reach out. We do our eye care calls. And it's not about just making them make an appointment. It's just like, hey, we're checking in. I want to see where you're at. It's been a while. There's no pressure to make an appointment. You have to, half the time they go, oh my gosh, it's been a little while, hasn't it? Yeah. Oh, how did I get on track? And then all of a sudden it's A, B, and C. This is why they haven't been in. We didn't know that somebody had passed away or somebody's been sick. Then my girls make sure they take a little note of that. Or if something that's ongoing now, we make sure we send them a card. I'm a Christian-based office, so we send Bible verses out of encouragement if they're going through something. But it's something that's always constant going on. It's not just, hey, it's summer. Hey, remember us on vacation? Don't think. Now that comes in because of our procedures that we have yearly, every day. It makes it really easy for us. So a lot of people say that summer is a big dip. For us, it's usually just we have some patients have a dip, and then we have our whole flow of what I call our summer guys. And it's like they're on their summer vacation and they're on their Chiro vacation, except their Chiro vacation means they're actually coming in. And that's usually our teachers and our students. They're out of town. And they'll start to go, hey, I need you to, and some of them just come in for the entire, summer, and then we won't see them again the next summer. And that's fine. We're going to love them when they come back. Or we'll see a lot of ones that started with at some point because they had an issue earlier in the year and just kind of maintain things. And then they, towards now the school year's out and they've got 3 solid months that they can really address their problems. They're like, okay, I've got the time now. What is it you told me we really need to do so I can get back to being me? And that's a huge upslope for us. Let's see. Kathy sent me another text. How can you relate our philosophy to patients as their schedules get busy and they miss appointments due to other commitments? It's really kind of the same thing. It's a constant thing. It's not just here and there. It's got to be constant. So our protocol in our office, to keep it real simple, I mean, I could probably talk about this for over an hour, is, my girls have set during their time schedule of the week to print out our recall sheets. And we do that. And then they make phone calls. And they reach out to individually to all these patients, and we have different lists for different things. But we're always going within the last 90 days that hasn't been contacted. If they don't answer 3 times, we send them a nice old-fashioned postcard. Also, we'll send them an email. We also send, for retention-wise, in this nice technology, we embrace technology. We have text messages that go out 3 times a month for 3 different criteria. So people that haven't been into us in 30 days to remind them it's time to, not to forget about their spine. 3 months is another message how they're overdue for their spinal checkup. And then we've got a list of 90 days of how long it's that they're well overdue for their spinal checkup, so they can live a happy and healthier life. I know, Kathy, you're listening. Do you have any other questions you'd like me to address? I think that's kind of the main gist of it, guys. It's one of those things you can't, when summer comes, it's like you can't get ready for the hurricane when the hurricane's coming tomorrow. So if you have the proper procedures that you follow and your staff follow every single day, then it's really easy. And there's not these big ebbs and flows. It's just kind of, we always want it all be straight up. And that's what we aim for. But, typically it's this. So, I haven't got an extra question from Kathy. So while I'm waiting for that, or maybe we've covered everything I should, I want to give you guys also an update. Because probably been scrolling through the bottom there. A couple things coming up in the GCC. And if you are not a member of the GCC, it's $60 a month. And that includes, 1, all your continuing ed, right? And you can take as much as you want, 2, you're allowing us to protect the principle and your right to practice civilization-based chiropractic in the state of Georgia. And we need to fight for that and make sure we have that. And it allows us to do stuff like this. So we got coming up next month on June 4th at 1 o'clock. We've got the cornhole tournament. This is really not about politics. This is all about having fun and having some fellowship. And there's nothing like breaking bread with some of your common, being around chiros, we got it. You can get stuck in a chiro bubble, right? Because, sometimes in the town you're at, everybody might look at you as competition. So I've never looked at anybody in my town as competition. I've always got my doors wide open. You need help, come reach out. I'd love to help you. And we got to, fill our soul with some love. Then we got coming up, we got in South Georgia, in Columbus. We got that coming up in June 25th to the 26th. You can get by the way, all these weekend events, you can get all of your hours in 1 weekend. So 20 hours in 1 weekend live. You don't have to worry about doing online stuff. And here's the stuff. It's stuff that you can actually use in your office come on Monday. It's not that stuff where you're going to be sitting there wanting to. At least we try to. Sometimes we're not great at it, guys. We apologize. But that you can bring to your office on Monday and actually help either A, your practice run better, or B, serve your patients better, which is pretty cool, right? Then we've got the Atlanta Summer CE, which is July 16th, right there in Atlanta. Then we've got well, it's not on the list here, but I know where you guys are coming to, Augusta, and I believe it's August 5th. So all my local people, I hope to see you there. If you do, I will buy you a cocktail on Saturday night. I'll give you all my local peeps an extra push for that, all right? And then we got our awesome golf tournament on September 15th at 9 o'clock in Canton, Georgia. And I guess that's all I got, guys. If there's any way I can reach out or help you, please give me a call at my office. Which is 706-504-3511. Any questions you have about how we do things, I have no problem sharing. You can reach out. Let me give you my personal email, which is cwalkerdc33@gmail.com. Once again, cwalkerdc33@gmail.com. If you got any questions, shoot me an email. I hope the rest of you guys' day is awesome. I hope that you get to reconnect a lot of people with their innate ability to heal themselves. And I hope God blesses you all on this chapter today and on your next chapter tomorrow. And if you're struggling with anything, I hope He gives you the comfort that you need. And love, light, and hugs to you all. Have a great day.